So busy doing nothing.
Busy doing nothing.
Busy doing nothing.
Busy Doing Nothing podcast. Welcome back. It's the Busy Doing Nothing podcast. It's your boy, Prinny D. My real name's Prentice. And to my right, I have
Taylor, aka Dot. To my right, I have
Mr. Fremons, and across the table we got.
Lee. I just wanted to be a little loud because y'all was dry just now.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like I was a little dry just now.
Lee, aka House. You know.
a drink.
all right.
Lee is off medical leave.
So yeah, I'm done with my 2 weeks of medicated leave from alcohol. So I am obligated to take a shot of this He-Man shit that they were drinking last week. This Angostura Caribbean rum.
That wasn't even
Yeah,
last
that was 2
week.
weeks
That
ago.
was 2 weeks ago.
Jesus, those shit that almost made Prentice Earl on cam, basically.
This
So
is true.
my mouth is watering thinking about this shit because I saw y'all reaction. So I guess bottoms up and shit.
I feel like somewhere in the middle of the episode, we should just be like, shot Lee, and then she got to take a shot of the E&J to catch up.
This shit
I like that idea. I like that
Shit
idea.
smells like the paint out at Home Depot. Like this.
All right, so we taking all our shots together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna
And
we
then
gonna
you'll
with
take
you.
the
It's just not
E&J in
that.
the middle of the episode.
Right.
All right, that's
Right.
fair.
All
All
right.
right.
So let's toast.
Jesus Christ.
That's light.
Fuck! My lip burned. Oh, it burnt my lip.
I feel like
I said it was
that
gonna burn my
was
lip
easier
and
for
it
me
did.
because I knew you was taking a shot of
Yep.
that. So it was just like I can make it through anything
I
if I
smiled
can make it
after
through
that.
Hard.
Yeah.
That shit tastes like hand sanitizer.
It's Corona cure.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Feel it in your
drink.
stomach.
Yeah, yeah.
It tastes
Yeah.
like Purell.
Imagine having
tastes
to
like Purell.
chase the drink with his drink.
Then you make it drink.
That was the blue drink, yeah. The Sex in the
He
Driveway.
said it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad after a while.
It
It
was.
was after we had a doctor.
I didn't even drink
Right.
it, but just knowing it was mixed with that, it was bad. It was definitely
It
bad.
was.
So what we getting into? How was everybody's week? What else?
It was cool. I didn't even do shit. Did I do anything this week?
It was working.
I woke up every day
Yeah,
early.
just being an adult this week.
I was able to get to bed at 6:30 every day this week.
Why?
Because I was just waking up early. And then
You gotta be that early?
I don't have to. I can get to work anytime between 6 and 9:30.
Why did you choose to go early?
Because
You can get off
Sunday
early,
night
right?
I went to sleep and I just woke up early on Monday. It was like 5 something. I'm like, I might as well get ready for work because I didn't feel like getting back in bed.
But you get to leave early when you do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
You didn't feel like getting back in bed?
Nah, because I wasn't sleepy no more. I don't know what happened. I just woke up and I'm just like,
You
I
old
might as well
man.
get up. Yeah.
No program.
like,
That just
ooh.
rolled out throughout the week. And then here we are. It's probably be back to normal next week. But yeah, so I don't know if everybody else shared their week. or not.
My week was regular schmegular. I ain't
Yeah.
do shit. I just relaxed, chilled, made some jewelry.
I'm tired of this weather. I know that much.
Yeah, same. Like
Bipolar ass.
it's gonna be like 70 degrees on Monday, so
I know.
be ready for that.
Right.
But
Probably
Yeah.
snow on the week on Friday.
I've been getting into a lot of. I had like a brainstorm week, but for the most part, it was like real regular schmegula, like you said. But a lot of brainstorming this week. Some work, some personal stuff. You know.
Mhm. Well, yeah, we're just glad that you're off medical leave so you can struggle with the rest
I'm
of us.
very fucking glad that I'm off medical leave. I was so excited. I'm like, yesterday, I'm like, yeah, who want a drink? And they were like, nah, we're going to stay in the house tonight. I'm like, really? Everybody calling me, but now that I can drink, y'all want to be sticks in the mud. Okay.
Right. I came to the conclusion I don't think I can do too much drinking on Fridays because now, with the podcast, I'm drinking again. So last week was a struggle because I had just sobered up like an hour before we started recording. My body was like, yo.
What's wrong with you?
Right.
The same thing happened to me last weekend because I went to the Wednesday Inn on a Friday before
Mhm.
and then came and stomach was feeling kind of
Unsettled.
unsettled.
Y'all crazy. I don't do nothing but sleep before we.
Okay, you said high as shit.
Well, high, but that's the
But that's
counteract.
high.
That's the counteract the
Alcohol.
alcohol.
So yeah, I mean, our social topic of the week is
Hold on, before we get on our social topic, let's talk about my delicious, amazing drink.
right.
Today on the Busy Drink, Making Drink, It was my drink. It was E&J, drink of the day. Boom.
I
Easy
co-signed
Breezes,
on it.
Irk and Jerk.
Featuring Lee, yeah.
Featuring Lee and Taylor.
It was called what? Creamsicle?
What?
It was called
E&J
soda.
Island.
Cream soda.
Irk and Jerk Island.
It's called Irk and Jerk Island.
Oh.
But we might have to revise the name because what we did
Irk and
was
Jerk.
I made the suggestion to add some vanilla extract because just
'Cause it was a great
inspiration
drink.
hit me because it's like it tastes like it was almost good. It just needed that one extra. And yeah, that took it to the next level. This is a legit ass, good ass drink.
Yeah.
Best drink so far, probably.
It went from a 3.5 to a 5.
You rated it some shit.
For me, it went from a 3.5.
It's a 4.5 for me.
I give it a 4.5.
It's definitely good as shit though.
Yeah, it's
like,
good.
So,
I could probably kill
I'd
this
say
whole
me and
picture
Prentice
right now.
made the best 2 drinks this season so far.
Yeah.
Hey.
Because the last 2, you came back on a good week because the last 2 been killing us.
It's partially Lee's fault though. Last week when I made my drink,
definitely was. I
because she
take
told me to
all
add
the
more of
blame
the
for
blue
that.
stuff, and I feel like that might have made it
It was.
over the top.
It was. It was
But-
my fault.
Somebody in the comments said, I heard somebody say more.
right. So I'm absolved of all guilt.
Yeah. So sometimes I make good suggestions. Sometimes I make terrible ass
Right.
suggestions.
Yeah, you
So,
definitely redeemed it with the vanilla extract.
You
this
know.
week.
That's why Prentice was listening to me say like, nah. You
He probably didn't want to do it.
I did, and I was like, I don't know, let me taste it first. But yeah, I'm sorry I had to interject like that.
But yeah, if you get a chance, make sure you go check out the Busy Making Drink segment. And so our social topic today is something I came across on social media or whatever throughout my journeys through life this week, and it was talking about how women, black women specifically, are biphobic, whatever that means. Because it was based around a clip from off of a show off Netflix, and it was a dude who was, I guess, formerly bisexual. I don't think that's a thing, but formerly bisexual, and he was, he told her eventually that he used to be bisexual, and this was after they had already, been dealing with each other for a while, and she didn't take it well because she was like, why didn't you tell me this from the get-go? And he's like, well, because you would have judged me. And then she's like, but so what? At least she was being honest. Well, maybe I wouldn't have, or whatever she said. But then social media took to it and said that, black women don't accept men for being
bisexual.
yeah, ex-bi or ex-gay. Or
Anything that's not
right, anything that's
heterosexual.
not, yeah. And I didn't like it because it's just like, who cares? Like, shut up. But
I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion, but I have an opinion, right? So it's oddly enough, like I had a friend just go. What you do for that?
I had to reconsider because I'm driving, so I don't know.
But I had a friend recently go through this exact thing. Like she met this guy, like he kept pressing down on her on Instagram, and she wasn't paying him no mind because she was like in a relationship. But once she got out of that relationship, she's like, "Oh, let me give him some attention." And they were talking for. They were talking. I'm sorry, that Chris. Trying to suppress the laugh, but she, started giving him support. She gave him a number, and she's like, "Oh, he's this really nice guy. He's so nice and God-fearing and all this stuff and blah 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 blah." And she did her little detective shit that every woman ends up doing and found out that he was bisexual, like actively bisexual. And she approached him about like, why didn't you tell me this? And he like, oh, I didn't, people been judging me all my life and I really liked you and da 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 da. So that ended it like abruptly, which my thing is this. So to bring it back to the topic, I don't think that's a thing that's exclusive to black women, that's why. Because socially, period, you kind of, that's like your sexuality is kind of a deal. I won't say it's a big deal, but it's a deal, whether you're male or female going into a relationship. Because, like, as a guy, you find out your girl bisexual, it's like, oh, damn, like, you fucking other bitches while together? He might be, like, receptive to it, like, he might not be.
They might see it as opportunity, or they might see it as.
But I feel like either way, it's gonna be like, why didn't you just tell me sooner?
Right. And on the flip side, it's like for a female, I think it's different because being the female part, like whether you're a male or female, playing that role of the female, you have to be penetrated. For some reason, penetration kind of plays a big role, period, in society. Like, if you notice.
Or who's being penetrated. Is
Yeah,
the
who's
big
being
part, or
penetrated.
Who's penetrating.
So, for example, a man go out and fuck a bunch of females, he the man. A female go out and fuck a bunch of dudes, she's a hoe. Because she's being penetrated.
But if a lock can be opened by any key, it's a shitty lock. If a key can't open any lock, it's a master key.
It's still penetration. My point is, it really comes down to the base animal instinct of like, oh, penetration is...
Conquering dominance.
It's just thinking, the dominance.
So now you have this man that you feel like you can't, he's not as dominant. Like
He not really man.
That's how they feel. I can't say that's my personal opinion. I've never been in that situation. I don't know what I would do. I probably would be put off, honestly, because it's like, why didn't you tell me this in the beginning?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, that's something you want to know up front. Like, hey, I'm bisexual. I used to be in a relationship with a man, and now I'm with you. And it's like, oh, why? Damn, you just proposed to me yesterday. Why didn't you tell me this 8 years ago?
That's a slippery slope, because if that's the case, like, you might as well spill the beans on everything, because, like, you don't tell anybody when you first start dating them every single thing about you.
That's a pretty big thing, though.
That's one of those things that I feel like.
All right, so if you have been in a threesome, you going to tell a dude you just start first date or
But
first
that's
time?
a threesome.
But still,
This is his whole sexuality. Like,
but that falls into like
he's-
sexuality and stuff like that. Or if you was like,
It's not a relationship.
no,
Or you thought about it.
it's not like a relationship.
It's a threesome. You never.
It's like
have
a
to speak to these
one-time
people
thing.
again.
but
You
in
know?
the threesome was a horrible suggestion. in comparison. It's just in general, you're not going to tell everybody everything up front, everything you've been through, especially if he said formerly bisexual.
I mean, not from. But how long were they together before?
I personally don't believe
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It just
I got a story.
Oh.
So,
dark
alright,
story
I
time.
was like, yeah, I have a real close friend, and she dated a guy who said that he was formerly bisexual, but things changed while they were together. So,
I just can't rap.
I can't
Yeah.
wrap my head around
Yeah.
that. Once you are, I feel like you.
I feel like I personally, and
So,
you can
that's
say
what-
it, whatever. I
that's
just feel
the
like
whole-
guys can't. be
I don't know.
bisexual.
Maybe
Just
it was
can't.
a situation where he wasn't sure about his sexuality, and then he explored and realized, nah.
I was like Tank was saying. Then that
What
makes
did
more
Tank
sense.
say? I know Tank did some weird stuff, but he actually said something about it.
Yeah, Tank said like he like you can like do some gay shit and not be gay. Basically saying like
like all this is like,
It was funny because of the long quote.
he basically was saying like
And in my mind, I'm like,
what? He basically was saying like
The only reason I left is the room got so fucking quiet. If I dropped a piece of rice on the floor, we would have heard it. Like, it was so quiet.
he basically was saying like if you like try it was
the audio podcast is not gonna be able to experience that.
yeah it is because they go
All the way to the music. Did it cut off? Did it cut right? Check their phone, make sure they got
he
signal.
basically was saying you can try experiment and then be like, oh, that wasn't for me, and then you're not. then that's just when you trying it, not necessarily being gay. Like if you go swimming one time, are you a swimmer? Are you a professional swimmer, or you just try swimming? Or are you a swimmer just because you tried it one time? Or
I'm
I
not
can
comparing.
get behind that logic. I definitely could get behind that logic.
I can get behind the logic, but the actual act, I'm like,
I can understand how some people can think like that. Me personally, no. Like, no, it's not. There's no. I tried to be gay and didn't work out. Like, it just doesn't sound right to me. I just.
oh no.
so if you try to eat something you never tried before, like,
I swear, not
They
a
just-
no, that's not the
Not a
same.
good
Renee. No,
comparison.
no, it's not.
like, if you try to go a week without eating vegetables, like, are you a vegetarian because you went a week without eating vegetables?
It's really no comparison.
No.
It's
There's
not
no
really
comparison.
because
That's a lifestyle.
there's so many different steps
You gonna keep
involved
ramping
to
up your
committing a
comparison
gay
like
act.
shit.
So it's like if I just be like I ain't eating no vegetables, I mean, no,
I don't know.
but
I respect it a lot, but like I said, and like,
I can understand it. I just don't agree. Like I'm not.
I don't know. It's my homegirl. She
All
was
right,
dating
cut
him.
off your story.
She was dating him. He basically told her at the beginning of their relationship. He told her at the beginning of their relationship that I used to date a guy, and I'm not like that no more. And she's just like, oh, you sure? You know what you want? Type shit. And he's just like, yeah, I'm sure. And she, because she loved him or whatever, she basically, went along with it or whatever. But turns out that he was cheating on her with the dude that he was in a relationship with before her. So like,
Oh fuck.
it was just like
I was just sitting here thinking, like, I don't know, like, I'm not really insecure in my relationship, but I feel like that's something that would make me insecure. Like, wait, so are you?
Is that your homeboy?
And that's why
your
I
friend,
feel
or
like
is that your best friend?
it's a like for certain women, like in the case of women that are afraid or are that way, that think that way, she is a prime example of why she doesn't believe when a guy tells her
From
that
personal
from
experience.
personal experience. It's like because he basically told her one thing, said, "Oh, I'm not into guys no more." Blah blah blah. They were in a relationship for a year, basically a good relationship, and then all of a sudden, I guess he started questioning himself again, and he started messing with the guy that he used to. Like,
So here's my thing. And I'm gonna say this in the most least offensive way without
It's
making
still gonna
it
be
seem like-
offensive.
It's gonna be offensive. I'm trying to say it. I really don't want to step on no toes. I love everybody. Everybody do what the fuck you want to do. It's your business, whatever. But
Yeah.
Here's my comparison, right? As a dude, when you like, not even just as a dude, like when you try a certain sexual act, right? And this is just a thing that you do continuously over a course of months or years, and you like that thing, you don't just turn it off and go, nah, I'm gonna just do this now.
Right.
Eventually, you're gonna think back fondly on that shit that you like to do.
I remember when that thing happened. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's like prime example. A dude getting his penis sucked, right? Get his dick sucked. That's a pretty.
I like
That's a
penis.
pretty.
Actually, it sounded weird.
I like
I
penis.
don't think I've had my penis sucked.
It sounded it sounded way too clinical.
Oh, I was just looking like, what?
jump here. My dick sucks.
Yeah, right. My dick sucked. I
That
don't think I've
sounds
had
like I went to the
That's what you
doctor.
call it when it's on a soft foot.
Yeah, that sounds like shit like I had a doctor's appointment today. The doctor put my dick in the mouth. I don't know what happened. But you getting your dick sucked and you decide, this is some shit I like. This is cool shit right here.
It's almost like your doctor referring to your penis as a like, wait, what? You can't say that.
You're a doctor. You can't take my dick. You gotta
Right.
take my penis.
Like, I'm going to put your penis
Pull your
into
pants
my
down. I gotta
mouth.
check your dick.
Dick check.
Yo, I have derailed this entire conversation. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so you're getting your dick sucked. And you realize the first time you get your dick sucked, you're like, okay, this is some cool ass shit right here. I'm gonna do this more
that
often.
first time. Poof.
And you get your dick sucked. Of
Life-changing.
course, you don't decide abruptly like,
I don't want my dick sucked anymore.
I don't think I want my dick sucked no more. I think this shit is
I
not
don't
for
like
me.
it.
And then you stop getting your dick sucked, and
It's a
like
sin.
8 months later, just like, damn, getting my dick sucked used to feel good. I'm gonna go back and do that. Now I'm not comparing sexuality to that. I'm comparing sex itself.
That probably would be the closest.
And I
and
feel
best
like that's
comparison.
what it was, like, cause, like, I guess in his relationship, like when he would talk to her, he made it seem like it was sexual. This dude that he was with, it was just like, oh,
Right.
he was just taken
So
over
that's
by
the-
this sexualness thing, passion that he had.
So that's the point.
right, with this guy.
That's
See
the
the
point I'm
poker or
making.
the pokey?
You don't.
I don't know. I ain't.
That's the point I'm making.
Like-
So you don't start having that kind of sexual experience and enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
and then cold turkey cut off from it. Like, no, this ain't for me. I'm gonna just go back. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not possible to go from being gay to straight or bi to straight.
I don't like
But-
men's no more.
Ever since we started this segment, that's the only thing.
I don't like
But-
men's no more.
But I ain't gonna lie.
Justin
That's
mentioned
a-
him with this chicken Hooters. I think
Yeah.
I said it like this week or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he be trolling.
Yeah,
like,
he did.
But
Totally trolling.
but yeah, I know it's possible to go back, but for that reason, like the sexual aspect of it, that is the reason why I find it hard to believe, because it's like sex is like a
Yeah,
strong.
once you go black, you don't go back. So.
Sex is
Yeah,
like,
sex is like you start doing something and you like it. Just
and
like,
it
hey,
seemed like it's
I
it
like
was
getting
his
fucked in
one.
my butthole. It feels pretty good.
Don't
I
you
like
know,
getting
like-
my prostate touched. It feels pretty good.
I feel like everybody
Do that
got
shit
that
every
one
time.
person that they had sex with. It's just like, damn, you always think about that one person. Like,
Yep.
you just like, damn, that was bomb shit. Like, and I feel like that dude might have been that for him.
Right.
And
So
it was just
that's
like,
that's in
and
line with
now
what
he's
I'm
going
hearing.
back and forth to
Because
that dude. Like,
because
because
it's
it
not
is some
pussy.
people that have a hold over some certain people, you know? And he might have had a hold over him because he definitely went back
That's
to him.
crazy. I never would have thought like that's. What I was about to say, because it's about to sound crazy, but like that's
hope
crazy.
what
I
said
never
wasn't-
thought
I was trying not to be offensive.
it wasn't
I was trying to say
offensive.
it
It
the
didn't
cleanest way.
sound- I was thinking that like like soul snatching. Like I had a girl snatch my soul, and it was like, you know, I would have to stay away from her
Right,
for the
she's
rest of my
strong.
life.
Yeah.
Like, when you get your soul snatched from somebody, every day,
Yeah.
it's like 6 years later, you just randomly think about it, like, damn.
Yeah, and that might have
never
been
thought about-
his
yeah,
his
that's
guy.
the person who
That
snatched
guy
his soul,
sold
yeah.
his snatched his soul.
Even if you try to not to, or even if you avoid that person, you might try to look for somebody else that can give
Yeah,
you
that
that
do that
same.
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Right.
You
And
gonna
if
be
you
chasing
don't
that
find
high.
that, you still
Yeah.
sit back
Right.
like,
You still go to
You
that
chasing
person.
that high, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
think like I don't know, but I mean for her it was that shit. It was traumatizing for her. Like she just like for a long time like just did not trust talking to dudes for some reason. I was just like I don't think it's necessarily just your. I was like I don't think you want to blame dudes and think that they're gay and shit like now. Like I feel like this was just a traumatic experience for you.
I can't imagine what her
But,
mom would be like.
like,
That would
she-
fuck me up.
she-
Then
it really
anybody she deal with
did.
that after that can't have no homeboys.
It
Like,
really did.
your homeboy say he loved you?
Right.
What? Like, that's
It really
gay.
did fuck her up because, like, for a long time, like, all right, then it was this thing about like us,
That
her
probably fucked her
friends,
self-esteem up too.
her
Yeah.
friends. It became this thing where her friends were talking about like, well, you know, a lot of the dudes that you talk to, they kind of seem like a little feminine, but they not really like the dudes that she talked to weren't. It was just that they just really cared about their
You
appearance.
maybe stop touching the table at the last.
It was just that they cared about their appearance. But like we would always say like, oh, these dudes, they kind of yeah, they kind of sweet. Like, but she's just like, all right. But it actually this one dude really was. So it was just like, oh shit. So then it became her trying to be like, oh, she was liking the complete opposite of what she was
Trying to-
dating
yeah.
because like of this situation
I
that
can
she
see
went
how that
through.
would be traumatizing.
Like,
Anyway.
yeah.
It's like, because that's something like that would really fuck up your self-esteem. Even if you a guy and your girl leave you for a chick, like, just like, damn, my dick wasn't enough. Like,
So my thing was-
I'll be sad.
Excuse me. My thing is this, and I don't really care if it's offensive or not.
I really go out of my way to not offend people.
I get all the stuff y'all brought to the table, but the base of the issue was they was trying to call women biphobic for not wanting to deal with men that maybe used to deal with other men.
It's a real double standard.
And
like, period.
my
Like,
thing is, it doesn't matter if it's a double standard. Like when it comes to people and dating and intimate relationships, I feel like that is the one realm where somebody has the absolute right to be 100% discriminatory on who they want to deal with.
Facts.
You can decide you don't want to deal with somebody because you don't like the way they bottom lip look. Like it doesn't matter. Like you
That's
can
your
discriminate,
preference.
right? You can discriminate against who you want to be with until your heart's content because it's to be content. You know what I mean? So it's like if you don't like somebody that used to deal with men, you're absolutely okay with. Like I don't
Right.
think you should be attacked or villainized
Yeah.
for doing that.
That's
like,
how I feel, too.
Because that person that you decide to be with is somebody that you have to deal with. The
Yeah.
world doesn't have to deal
Yeah.
with your relationship. So like, if you was gay or bisexual and you wanted to now decide you don't like men's no more, then
why
if
you
Shorty
gonna
don't,
say that with a straight face? You-
if the woman doesn't like that, then all right,
I moved on to the
right,
next.
you're done, son. Like that's it. Like you can't.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Cause like, I feel like
There's
it's
no
the same
offense
shit with
really
that-
to take.
I feel the same way with that trans shit. When niggas say I wouldn't date a trans woman, they label it as a phobia. Like, nah, nigga, I just don't want
Right.
to date a woman that used to be a
Right.
man.
It's
Like,
not
Right.
a phobia. It's not like if I'm in the
That's-
same room
that's-
with somebody,
that's-
I'm gonna spew hate. I don't.
That's a bit
I wouldn't-
different. That's
That's
a bit
not different.
I don't
No,
think it's different.
it is. I think it's a bit different. 'cause
How's
it's
that
like-
different?
Well,
it's not. No, it's the same.
because
don't get
in
me
the
wrong.
I think the trans viewpoint of mine is I am a woman now, so why don't you?
Right.
Shit,
Yeah.
not.
But you're so it's different. People. So this is the thing, and again, preface especially, I'm full support of the LGBT.
But even if I wanted to be 100% discriminatory and say I want a woman that was born as a woman that will die
That's
as
my
a
choice.
woman, that's my choice. I don't care how you feel about
Because
it.
the way you feel don't change facts and
Right.
science. So like even if they feel as though they're a woman, that don't change. Like,
Right.
that don't change the facts and the reality.
Yeah.
How you feel about yourself does
Like
not
I'll
change
support how you feel about
know,
yourself,
right.
but like at the same day, we can't ignore like facts.
Yeah.
But my bad, Lee.
No, you're good. So, hold on, give me a second. So, case in point, right? When it comes to that, on the trans spectrum of it, I think trans people are so quick to cancel people when they don't. When a straight person says they're not attracted to a trans, like specifically trans men not attracted to trans women, they're quick to
Trans
cancel.
men not attracted
Regular
to
Oh,
men.
trans
excuse me.
women.
Regular men, not regular, cis men.
Yeah, see how weird, like regular men.
Right, you gotta
like,
correct
right,
it.
you gotta.
Cis men not being cis straight men not being attracted to a transgender woman, that's really offensive for them, and they quick to cancel somebody over that. But you have to understand, you have to be not everybody is receptive to that. And that doesn't make them transphobic. It's just they have a preference.
Right.
You could have a preference like, oh, I don't find black people attractive. I don't find white people attractive. I don't find Asian people attractive. And anybody that's on that end of the spectrum are going to catch offense. Oh, you're racist. Not necessarily. If a white man tells me he's not attracted to me because I'm black, I'm not going to think he's racist. You're just not attracted to black women.
Right.
But
That's not what I like.
How you can interact
what
with
you like.
versus who you're attracted to are two
that's
very
yeah,
different
exactly.
things. 'Cause
It
like,
doesn't make you.
if you put me in a room on just a regular capacity, I'm like, I don't, nothing of that, none of that bothers me. But
It
if I'm
doesn't-
trying to be with somebody and that was the situation, it's
got
like,
some
nah, that's a
criteria.
little,
It doesn't
that's
make
different.
you. It doesn't make you transphobic or a bigot. It's just not your preference.
Right.
You can support that person all you want, and just like case in point, like Nikki Tutorials. This is somebody on YouTube that does like makeup tutorials, and I follow her for a while, and never would have thought, but she came out last month as trans. Like she was born a male and she's trans, and I'm like, oh fuck. I'm not gonna stop watching her videos. I still love her. Like I don't give a shit. But then she was then faced with, now you have to tell your partner this, because she did not before that point. At least by the way her video sounds, it did not sound like she made that clear to her partner beforehand. And that could have.
So wait, she came out to the internet before she told her partner?
No, I'm sure she told her partner in private first, but from the way she explained it on video, it sounded like she may not have told her partner before. Because basically what happened was somebody was blackmailing her, saying they were going to put it out there. So she just went ahead and just put it out there herself. Like, I'm tired of, I'm taking my power back, and I'm going to put it out there myself. And I commend her for that. That was beautiful. But on the other hand, it's just like, you need to give your significant other that choice rather than hide that from them.
Right.
You know,
Wait
but
till
it's
they
like,
invest
but I,
themselves so much into
yeah,
it.
and it's like on the other spectrum, I can understand they're afraid of being rejected. You love this person, all that stuff. You're afraid of that rejection, and you don't think about it. You don't want to think about the fact that this is what you are trans. You don't want to. I'm a woman now. I don't want to think about that anymore, and that's fine. But you have to give that person. You at least be honest with them. Right?
See, the other part of that argument that they were saying was they felt like you don't have to tell people that, because basically the same way they would say you don't, your body count doesn't have to be explained. Whatever you used to be into or used to be shouldn't have to be explained. But I feel like it does.
That's completely different.
It is, but I mean,
What if
that
I
was
wanna
the
have
argument.
What
That
if
was
I
the
want to
argument.
have kids one day and then
Right.
I find out, I've been nutting and you for like 6 months now. And I got checked. I
That
had
reminded me of that
babies.
meme where it was
Yeah.
like
I
a
think,
goldfish.
like-
She was like, "Where's my
Now,
son?"
anything in reference to sexuality, I think you need to bring that to the table and be open with that up front.
Yeah.
Hey, I have an incurable disease that I could pass on to you.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to be upfront.
Well,
with
I
that.
don't know.
Give that person
Being
a choice.
bisexual, not like.
No, I'm not comparing. Don't get me.
I
let
thought
me
you were going to
finish.
say,
Let me finish. I am not at all comparing sexuality to disease. I'm just saying anything dealing with your sex, not your sex.
But how
like
soon?
gender.
How soon should you have to like talk about
It
that?
depends. Right now.
And
I feel
I
like
think
That's my
before,
point.
I think before you have intercourse, these things should be discussed. If
Right.
you have an incurable disease, that should be discussed before you have intercourse.
I think it
If
should be
you
discussed.
if you are trans, that should be discussed before you have intercourse. If you are bisexual, that should be discussed before you have intercourse. If you have some weird ass kink that's going to show up before sex starts, you need to discuss that before intercourse, because you need to give that person the choice to decide. Yeah, I'm okay
whether
with
they
this.
want,
I
yeah.
don't know about that.
I think it
'cause,
should
like,
be before intercourse or before you're like in a legitimate relationship.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
I don't know. I don't think it's anything wrong with. I don't know. I'm
I think
torn.
in dating, this should at some point it should come up while you're dating.
yeah, you would
Yeah,
think one
I'm
of the things that you're
torn.
gonna talk
I'm
about is you get to
scared.
know somebody is that.
I
I'm
used to
torn,
be-
right? I don't think when you initially the first day you start
Nah,
dating somebody, I don't
maybe
think you
not,
need to
but-
bring. I don't think you need to bring up that you're trans, you have a disease, you have any of that. I don't think that needs to come up first date or maybe the first few
When
dates.
you get that
I think
connection.
when you know you want to make it serious,
Yeah,
that's
like
when I
when you
feel
got
like
that
those
connection.
conversations.
But then
Yeah.
from the other person's perspective, it's like, because people care about how they're perceived. So say, for example, even if it's on the first date and it's a trans person with somebody else, and say maybe they just didn't get the memo that that person was trans, but other people around knew that that person was trans, and they went out on a date and they like, yo, you really got me out here,
Looking crazy.
Because,
Right.
and it's from the other person's perspective, I would assume it's like they don't want to be perceived as just that. So you want to make
They want
some kind of
opportunity to be like
impression, right, to just get to know me as a person. But before it gets too deep, you definitely need to reveal that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it should come up at some point. I don't think it should be complete. Like in the video we watched, he said, "Oh, it didn't come up." Like she was like, "Why didn't you tell me at first?" I'm like, because he probably wasn't serious about you until when he told you.
They were engaged at that point.
yeah, no, he waited
That was
too long.
that was like how the show goes.
Oh no,
He waited too long.
Yeah,
When
they were.
when feelings get that deeply involved.
But how long was the
Now
show
you-
going on
I
before
don't
they
know.
got engaged?
I didn't follow the show at all, but at that point in the show, they were engaged. She had a ring on and everything. So
That's a little long. Like,
If you
5
wait until feelings get that deep involved, then you waited too long.
Yeah.
Because
Right,
now you
feelings
run the
and
risk
titles.
of you're gonna hurt this person's feelings if they
Yeah.
decide they don't want to be with you anymore based on what you tell them, and that's gonna.
You
and
bro-
it's always going to be the people are always going to resort to the why didn't you tell me sooner?
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, what else don't I know about you now that you want to spring something on to me?
But I
at
feel
this
like
moment?
that's good for character development, cause it really like lets you know if you really rock with somebody, cause like if you're willing to accept that part of them or whatever the case may be. Cause my girl came out of nowhere and just like, hey, Prentice, I used to be gay, whatever the case may be. It would catch me by like shock or surprise, but like it wouldn't take away from all the experiences we had for real. Cause I know I'll be like hurt for like probably like nice little grip, but I still would feel like damn.
Would you really be hurt though? And I feel like that's the
You'd
double
be hurt.
standard.
I would be hurt, cause like
I would only be hurt because of the why didn't you tell me sooner, but not the you was gay.
I would be more hurt like cause like why you ain't tell like that's
Right.
that's something that like. And it's just more so just
I
like it
understand.
make you it change your it will alter your perception on a whole lot of things.
Right.
Cause like is your homegirl really your homegirl when y'all be hanging out? Is it really is
Yeah.
that all that will come
Right,
into
like
play.
why, can I come?
Exactly. Why don't I?
It's like, it do fuck with your insecurities. Like now, like when you told me to do that thing the other day, was it because you was imagining me as a female?
Exactly.
Like,
Shit like that.
Like-
It will alter your perception, but like it will make you really conflicted because you like we did have all these times and shit.
It was like a little ice cube that fell out. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So like I understand, but like that's where character development come in. Like show like that's like a test. Like if you really
Yeah.
rock with that person,
Yeah.
if you really accept like that's true love. If you really accept people for like shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know, but
I just feel like I don't know. But I support the the people who were attacked for not being with it, because it's just like, yo, like you have the right to choose who you want to be with. It's one thing I will always support equality in terms
on the
of
other side of it, though, when it comes to trans people, it's also a fear of being physically attacked if you come out and say, "Hey, I'm this." That's a real.
But see, I feel like that would
concern.
not never.
If you up front and
But
tell
if you-
somebody up
right,
front,
they
you
let
not-
them know that
they don't
right
know
up
I'm
front.
not-
They're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm good. You can go here about your way. I'm gonna go here about mine."
Yeah.
But if you already started dating or
Yeah.
dealing with this person, and then you tell them, and they feel like they've invested time
Yeah.
and some maybe feelings into you, they might get angry. But
That's
why
why
I
it's
feel like
important to do the. It's important to wait until you get that connection. Then, like when you first start feeling like you falling
is it
or
really?
it's getting deep, I think you should bring it up.
I feel like the trans thing is different from the sexual
I feel
preference.
like that's like the one and the same because like
It's the same.
because
thing.
both of it could really come down to preference.
well,
And then it's like with
because
the sexuality,
trans
people
thing
feel the
is
same
almost
thing
like-
about it.
The trans thing is almost like this is how I feel about me, and this is like me versus this is what I used to do in terms of people who's like.
That's the
my
same thing
But
with the
is it
bisexual
used
thing because
to?
I used to be bi, but
Yeah,
now
like-
I like just women. So that's how I used to be to how I am now.
But it's not a physical makeup. You know what I mean? So
I
like,
get what you said about the anatomy aspect,
Yeah.
like the actual physical part. That's what makes.
that's
it
why I
different.
feel like it's a little different, and it's just like you can tell somebody you used to be into something versus you used to be.
But I think it conjures the same feelings.
Yeah.
Cause like if my girls say I used to be a dude,
Bit different.
that's
You would take that differently than she's saying I used to be gay, right?
right.
Right.
Cause I don't know what I'd do. Cause I wouldn't know what to
It
feel.
is a double standard.
I'll
I feel
blow up
like
probably.
it's the same for me. I feel like if somebody came to me and told me that they was like, my boyfriend told me that he was female, I'd be like, what the fuck? I mean, and then like,
That's something I've
you
legit
know,
thought about
like,
before. Like,
either I'd be like, what the
Wait,
fuck?
like,
But if he
Josh
told me he
is-
was
no,
bi,
I didn't. Clearly, Josh
I don't think
is
that's
bad.
possible.
No, he's big ass nigga. It's not possible. But it's something I've read. You know, you just had random thoughts. Like, what if Josh like was just like, oh no, I was born a woman. What would I do?
Just like, what
Get
the
out.
fuck?
Get
Like,
out. Stop
What
playing
would I
with
do?
me.
It's just, I'd be like, what? Like, I wouldn't know how to just like, damn,
Right.
since middle school. When did you start?
When?
right.
Right.
Yeah, like.
But it's just like, I don't know. It's like when you're in that deep, it's like you have a legit emotional attachment.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you do? I don't think I would immediately be like, well, get out. Like, I wouldn't. I would be just like,
I know
But
I
I
had
feel
to
like-
sit
I
there
feel
and
like
think
that
about it. Like, what the
response-
fuck?
I feel like that response can get that
Am I
exacerbated because it's
Right.
like, yo, you've been around this long and you didn't
That-
come.
Like, am I gay?
It's like, well, I'm gonna keep fucking you. So, am I gay? Does that make me gay?
Like, am I
Exactly.
gay?
Like, if I was like, I used to be a man, then I'll be like, am I gay now? Because she told me she's a girl.
So while
but
we're on this subject, I'm gonna bring this up. That, mind you, this shit ain't never happened to me. But I got some cousins down south that's a little weird. So it's just like you find out randomly if you used to find out you go to a family reunion, you take your girl with you, and then you see a cousin or some shit. They're like, oh shit, cuz, but they talking to your girl.
I
Y'all
never had
cousins
that
and
happen.
shit.
I never had that happen, thank God.
So what do you do in that situation?
Wait, what? Hold on, what?
Basically,
If you find out
some,
your
some level
you find
of
out
your
your
cousin.
significant other is a relative, like a cousin or something.
Y'all been fucking. Y'all been doing some
Right.
nasty shit.
That never happened to me.
Yeah, I never
But I got
had
a big
that
ass
before.
family, and like my,
How many
it's a
cousins you all removed?
possibility that this some shit could like happen here in Baltimore. My family is so big, so like, and I don't know everybody here. There's a possibility that some shit like
It
that.
depends
could
how we
happen.
relate. If it's related by marriage, then I don't give a fuck. If it's like,
Yeah, I agree.
if it's like say my cousin and her cousin got the same fucking dad but different moms, so we're not related by moms. Like if her mom and their dad was like some random nigga, and like, oh, we like related just cause like all some random shit. Then
But how do you?
really
So
not
I
blood.
randomly
don't-
thought
I don't
about
know
this the
how to
other
That takes a
day.
lot of math to figure
Yeah,
out.
it's like-
though.
I
It
randomly
depends.
thought about this the other day because this guy I used to talk to, his last name was Jones, and my father's side for his name Jones. But I didn't meet my father until I was 21. I met this guy when I was 20. Mind you, he's not my cousin. But I randomly thought about it, like, what if we found out we was cousins, like, and we like, well, how would we have dealt with that? Just like, do we just not tell the family?
They got a
I
show
wasn't
for
gonna
that.
keep like, what do I do?
I
Like,
forgot what it's
I don't
called.
know what
I
else.
had a friend in high school who went through that. Like we all went to Milford together or whatever. But when we was in like
What
middle
if we just
school,
free a day?
all right, but I'm not saying no names. But these people were at Milford.
One of your friends, so we can look at a nice chunk of milk or so.
right, why
Right.
should be like you?
But I go to your
Zero in our
Facebook.
eyes.
It wasn't at my close friends. It was like an acquaintance. person.
Clearly, I go to your Facebook. Look at all these people.
Right.
So basically, this person, they went to middle school with me. It started in middle school though. Like she had this crush on this dude. This dude had the same last name as her though. Like
That would throw me off.
that was like they
Especially
had
'cause
he
my-
had
I
the
feel like my
same last
was
name.
born. Yeah, it's not. I haven't met too many people with my last name, so I
Yeah,
feel like
you're
if I
different.
do, I'm gonna have to check.
When I was in
If I like
elementary
Smith
school,
or Johnson, then I probably be like, that's everybody last
Yeah.
name. Or Brown.
Right.
when I was in elementary school, I had a crush on this, a real bad crush on this
He had
boy.
the same
Had the
last
same
name.
last name. And my grandma was like, baby, I'm trying to explain to you why it's not okay. And I'm like, I like him so much.
What's your last name?
My maiden last name, Henderson.
That's
Real boring.
yeah. I know a couple black people. That's kind of common.
It's a little
around
common,
black
yeah, it's
people.
a little common.
Around
It's
black
a little
people.
common, but it's like still just like I haven't met that many people with last name Henderson personally. All the people I've met with the last name Henderson were related to me, except for that one dude. So
I don't know, but I forgot what I was saying.
You got a common last name too.
Yeah,
Walker.
yeah.
You said somebody. You went
Oh
to-
yeah, they had the
went to
same
school.
last name. So yeah, they had the same last name, and they were talking, texting each
Was
other.
that last name common?
To me, it's common, but it's not common for black folk.
I see what you
But
did.
that's like,
It took a second.
it's not common for
I
black
didn't go to
folk.
Milford, so I'm not in on it. So I'm just like,
It's not common for black folks. So these two black people got the same last name. It's like, yeah. So it was just like, all right.
Process of elimination.
Like, they had the same last name.
Yeah.
And then they looked a little bit alike, but it was just like, it was still a possibility that you could see like they not related, but they did kind of look alike a little bit.
I don't know. If I met somebody because my last name Holloway, mostly white people have that name. So if I met a black person named Holloway.
I only met one black person named Hollow.
I only know one other person with last name.
Besides you.
Yeah, I probably would assume they can, so I probably wouldn't
Right.
Mm-mm.
That's how I would feel. Like, your last name what? Nah.
No. We
I
probably
see you at
cousins.
somebody cookout.
They was talking and everything, then they found out that they was cousins was they went to a family event or whatever, and when they went to the family event, they saw each other.
But I can't remember who it was. I remember somebody told me the same story.
They
but I
saw
can't remember who it
Sounds
was.
familiar.
Right.
Like they saw each other at the event, and it was just like, what the? Yeah, it was just like, oh my god, like they didn't do nothing with each other.
Oh,
Like,
you know.
nothing. They didn't do anything physical yet. Like, I mean, they did kiss each other, but it wasn't like nothing.
Kiss
It wasn't.
Kiss
It
and
wasn't.
cousins.
It wasn't nothing past kissing.
Mm.
To what she told me. So
Right.
like,
Right.
yeah, like it's for what
so
she told me.
maybe this is why I
It's probably
think.
fucked.
Maybe so.
Somebody-
I'm gonna say why.
Right.
I'm gonna say why this thought randomly comes up in my head. My mother, I don't know if I mentioned
We
before.
definitely got off
Way
topic.
off topic.
Right.
My mama, she ain't all in. She ain't right. But so she like, she just make up these scenarios in her head and just talk them into existence. So she used to say
Are you gonna
that.
kill that?
I'm thinking about it.
She used to say my sister's father. Oh, we found out we was cousins. That never happened.
What?
That never happened. So she would say, she told, when me and Josh were like in middle school, I remember she told me, she was like, y'all know y'all cousins, right? Y'all know y'all cousins. And Josh was like, y'all not related to me. Like,
So I didn't know it was that much. Thanks.
fuck you talking about?
That's just water. So, yeah.
Like Josh was like, he was not trying to hear none of that. He's like, you wouldn't say it. Tell me this girl with these big titties, my cousin, she not. Like, she's not my
First of all,
cousin.
titties don't even run in our family. Start making it rain.
He was not trying to hear none of that. It's like, no, she's not my cousin. Like, I have a 5-year plan, and you fucking it up. Like, but yeah, like I just that right there let me know like my mother she be talking some shit sometimes. I'm pretty sure we don't even have none of the same facial features. But okay. And maybe that's like why now every now and then it pops in my head like I wonder if such and such. What would happen? Like I derailed the whole situation.
I think somebody said something like that in my family too. Like, oh, we do got Johnsons in our family. That made me think.
Johnson is such a common
It
last
is. It
name.
really is.
But it just it gave me enough like.
I got Johnson's in my
Fucking
family
plan
too.
if I smack you.
I got Johnson's in my family too. Sure.
Cause both sides of my family last name's kind of like rare. Like my mom's side is Woodrum, my dad's side is Holloway, so it's not too many people.
Yeah, and I think me and Josh had this conversation before, and I asked like, what would you do like if we found out we was cousins? He like, I guess I'm fucking my cousin.
Right? Like, and it's like at that point
Yeah,
you just
that
like,
point you already like.
like
we
y'all
already
married. Like,
We married.
like y'all married. Fuck. So
Fuck it, like at that point, this is some shit that's gonna come out every couple months. And you're like, damn, we really cousins. That's crazy. All right, come suck my dick real quick. Oh fuck.
I don't know. It's start
I
that.
feel like I got something.
I can't.
that's just between y'all though. You just like shit. Nobody
I-
else
we
got
would not-
know.
if
Like
I- we
like
would
I'm
not
nobody
not
else
gonna broadcast
got
on
know.
Facebook yet.
Right,
I just
like
sometimes
nobody else
look
gotta
like-
know.
But we still in love.
So, yeah, I do feel like we got. God damn.
We did. We supposed to been moved on to the next time.
I don't even know what the hell that
So-
time was.
So I want to end our segments now by leaving response cliffhanger. So yeah, if you had a weird relationship,
She was fucking your cousin.
or you
Comment below.
or you
Like-
were dealing with somebody that used to be, something other than what they presented themselves to you as, comment below.
Tell us about
We'll
your
report you
experience.
anonymously.
Right.
Your weird experience at your family reunion.
Right.